Yeah, the mentorship network that I created was the way it kind of came up was I have gone through experiences in life where I was sort of fearful of taking a certain step because I
Mm,
would ask myself, well, I mean, who am I to even try to do that? And specifically, going through the MBA process or even thinking about going to Wall Street is something I kept thinking to myself, well, Wall Street is for a certain type of people, or
hmm
going to get an MBA in the United States, maybe that guy, that's kind of the mentality. And it came from, I think it came from when I was about to go into undergrad back then when we used to write letters. I sent a letter to Harvard asking if they, I think I was just inquiring about places, and then they sent me a whole package. And I went to the FAQs trying to see if they give any financial scholarships because I didn't have the money to go to Harvard. And it said the answer was our pool of unusually gifted students makes it hard for us to give any merit based scholarships. And so I was like, oh man, so I guess I probably am not one of those guys. That kind of, and so that kind of set in for a while. And so when I finally got some mentors to start pushing me, saying, you need to move from where you are, you need to get into something that's a little bit more challenging for the skills that you have. And then and then we got to the point where I was like, okay, maybe let me try and do this MBA thing. I, it was that journey was a lot of me breaking down my own limiters that I placed on myself. And and so fast forward, I'm now at Goldman and I'm thinking, what just happened? Right? Because at some point, someone, when I was still in Zimbabwe, my boss at the time, not at Deloitte, at the other place, the asset management place, said to me, do you think you're just gonna walk right up to Morgan Stanley and say, and put yourself in front of them and you think they'll just hand you a job, that type of stuff. And so that was that kind of environment. And so now fast forward, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, this actually was not as insurmountable as I assumed it was. And so in that moment I thought to myself, man, how many people are in the exact same spot as I was in and just need somebody who looks like them, who sounds like them, who comes from the same place as them to just show them, hey, I was exactly where you are or worse. And here's why I am. So you can, and let me show you the actual steps to get there. And so that was how it started. And then it bloomed to go beyond that. So when it started, it was really about helping people think about business school. And then it went on beyond that. And then now and the one of the main things behind it is trying to ensure that people master this whole paid forward mentality.